the MA in Public Relations and Digital Communications. This is me, slightly nicer version of me, the best version, and I have left my email up there. So I am the program leader and I'm also the postgraduate admissions tutor. There's two of us, but I'm one of them. If you have specific questions you'd like to query or you want to talk about the course and specifically, then I'm more than happy to respond. So what's the kind of unique selling points for this course? Well, the course attracts a global audience, and we have students from Ireland, Norway, India, Africa. We have students from America. We have students from all over the world. And we aim to make this a very inclusive global community. We start off in the first semester getting people to get to know each other, working in groups. And that's proved to be very successful. People this year have, we've even got a new couple on the course. It's taught by a team of highly experienced researchers and practitioners. So we have academics who are quite famous researchers, and have some experience of working in the industry. And then we have academics who come from the industry and come back into higher education. We think it's a really good mix. If you choose to take the 2-year option, you can build in a year's worth of work experience on the sandwich placement. So you go out into industry for a year. I'm going to tell you quite a lot about the different types of assessments. So really this kind of links into how do we learn and teach students on the course. We have a range of different courses because we are assuming that everyone who starts a course, an MA course in public relations, might not have done a degree in public relations. There are very few degrees in this area. And what we want to do is we want to give you the foundations for working and studying and researching in public relations. But it's not just public relations, it's digital communications as well. So we will teach you how to use social media. We will teach you a range of publishing tools such as InDesign, lots of Adobe tools like Photoshop, in order to produce really nice assets for the internet. We'll also do quite a lot of media training. So you'll learn to do things like press releases or craft a press release. You'll learn to make media plans. And the research should be kind of vocationally driven. So we'll look at case studies. We will get you to do SWOT analyses of launching new products. So those are the kinds of areas that we'll be teaching you. In terms of assessment, while studying on the 1-year pathway, you'll take public relations. We don't want that. Oh, it's me speaking. I forgot. Hopefully, I can speak over this. So in the standard 1-year pathway, and so if you come in September or in January, in September, you'll start with semester A and you'll take public relations theory and practice. This is a kind of introductory 30-credit module. So you're not just looking on at the kind of theory, you're looking at hands-on experience in applying theory to practice. Then still in semester A, you take advertising and marketing communications with me. So you would take a case study. This year we took charities and we put together a communication strategy for a charity of choice. And I'll show you some examples of those marketing and advertising campaigns. I was particularly pleased because I teach advertising and marketing, and then in semester B, I also teach media production. And the difference in terms of confidence of students talking as PR specialists and experts between advertising and marketing communications and media production was incredible. So I can show you the difference between them. It will really, I thought by the end of advertising and marketing communications, the students sounded incredibly confident. And then by the time they got to media production, they sounded like experts. So media production is all about using software tools to craft messages, whether that's posters. This year we made lots and lots of magazines. The magazines were about food and drink. So we were launching a UK magazine about food and drink. It could have been international food and drink. So we have lots of magazines. I think one of our Norwegian students particularly liked meat. So it was all about different cuts of meat. I'm a vegetarian, did not go against him at all. Other students were really keen on regional cuisine, so kind of West African cuisine or Carolan cuisine. So that's all about developing media skills and technology skills. And then students would do research methods. You have to do research methods because it's fundamental to the dissertation, which you do in semester C, and digital communications management, which is all about things like writing press releases, looking at case studies of your choice. So they were case studies from the music industry, from products like Dove, and looking at professional practice and how people deal with things like crisis management when things go wrong. Okay. Next
The
one.
programme can either be taken 1 year in September or January, or 2 years with a full-time placement or advanced research option. That would be in year 2.
I'll go back to that one because I can show you that if you came in September, you take semester A courses. If you came in semester B, you would start by taking the semester B courses. Then you would have the summer holiday and you would come back in September to take the semester A courses. So we offer full-time 1 year starting in September or January. We offer 2 year with a work placement. It is up to 30 weeks of a work placement. You can be in 2 separate work placements, that's up to you. Or we offer 2 year with advanced research. And some students choose to do that because the second year is a taught course. The taught course is Advanced Media Research Methods, Government Communications and Public Affairs, and alongside a media project.
Assessment is 100% coursework. You'll take authentic assessments based on real-world scenarios. It's employment focused, and there's professional recognition of the PRCA, which is a professional body when you study on the course. The next examples are taken from the advertising and marketing communications modules, where students were asked to create an advertising campaign, either for Buy Nothing Day or for a UK charity.
Isn't it good that I've done it all before? So this is an example from advertising and marketing. So the students were working in small groups. They chose Macmillan Cancer Support. And what you see is them giving a presentation about their campaign. This particular campaign was fundraising and raising awareness, but why it's interesting is you can see that the research that the students have done about Macmillan, and then they've taken that research and they have created a campaign based on knowledge about Macmillan. So it's not come from nowhere. It's all about research and applying that research to PR.
Hello and good evening. My name is Haris Ali. I am the advertising manager and the group member of the Marketeer Group 8. Today, I will be presenting to you the overview of our client, Macmillan Cancer Support, and will be outlining our campaign, Turning Hope into Healing, which deals about children suffering from cancer. Macmillan Cancer Support is a leading cancer support charity across the whole United Kingdom. It has over 250 support centers, which deals about emotional, physical, mental, and research aspects of the fatal disease cancer. Further, it has served 1.6 million individuals in 2022 alone. It has a budget of around £250 million in 2022 with £25 million in deficit financing, and we really do hope to reverse that, as this campaign is really economical and really fiscally conservative. Further, the staggering 98% of its revenue comes from the volunteer donations, and this is the foremost challenge that the Macmillan Cancer Support faces, and we want to reverse that, as because it has lacked a permanent source of income. It was really hard struck by the COVID-19 pandemic, so hard that it had to launch the Forgotten Sea campaign for asking people to donate about the people suffering from the cancer disease. And we want to reverse that, as we want to make the Macmillan Cancer Support resilient to such shocks in the future. Further, it is also facing a staff crunch, as it has now 15% less staff compared to 2019. So we also want to reverse that, because it is in our campaign goals that we want to increase the number of volunteers so it can be cost effective to the organization as well, and can be really, really helpful in managing their day-to-day operations. So now I would like to hand over the presentation to my colleague and social media manager of our company to take you guys further into the presentation. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Akola Shade, and I'm here to speak on goals and objectives of our campaign. The objective of our campaign is to create awareness, engage people to understand the challenges faced by the child cancer patients. We'll be doing this through a comprehensive educational campaign, where we'll be sharing moving tales of impacted families and utilizing a variety of fundraising possibilities, which include partnership, events, or social media platforms, and through the community. And we will be highlighting the observable effects of gifts on care for the family support. We will be using our campaign to point out positive effects of volunteering and develop focused outreach initiatives. I believe people will be motivated to donate their time and skills when they understand the roles they will be playing as a volunteer in the life of the children and their families. Another objective is to increase our website traffic by 30% in 6 months, to also achieve 20% of increase in our social media followers in 6 months, to also achieve 15% online and offline donations in 6 months. Our goal is to increase donations for every child cancer treatment and support their families, to increase volunteers for the child cancer care support, to also increase awareness for Macmillan Cancer Support values and mission. And we are going to evaluate our audience engagement through, we will be evaluating our audience engagement through comments, likes, and shares, the click on our social media posts, the click-through rate CTR for our calls to action link will be used to measure donation and also website traffic. And also the metrics we'll be using for the donation will be evaluations will be numbers of donation online and offline in all Macmillan locations, average donation amount per week or month during campaign, and also Total fund raised during the period of the campaign to make.
Hello, my name is Vivian. I'm a member of the Marketeer 8 group for the Macmillan Cancer Support Campaign. I'll be speaking on the creative concept and the media channel we used for the campaign. In our campaign, Turning Hope into Healing, we imagine a society in which positive change is motivated by empathy. We aim to transform the abstract power of hope into a practical healing for children who are suffering from cancer. And this is conveyed in our key message. Empathy ignites action to stand with children to bravely fight cancer and help build a future. It is a call to action, a request to come together and support these young fighters. Cancer is a serious threat to life. What chance would you give a child faced with this deadly enemy to live a happy and fulfilled life? Transforming hope into healing resonates throughout our campaign because hope is more than simply a wish. It is a healing touch. It is a safety net that helps these kids survive it. Our creative campaign is actually to ignite a movement where empathy becomes a powerful force, not only to just increase awareness. For the campaign, we employed the use of 2 social media channels, Instagram and Facebook, as we will be able to share engaging videos, stories of resilience, and visuals that will captivate our target audience, and also to be able to foster a sense of connection and empathy. Finally, we will utilize posters at Macmillan centers or physical locations, ensuring a localized presence and direct engagement with our community. At this point, my colleague will be coming up to further explain other aspects of the campaign. Thank you.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mimi. Today, I'm here to talk to you about our campaign for the charity Macmillan Cancer Support. So the insights that we gained from our research as well as our social media, 98% of donations come from the general public. So the primary target for a targeted audience for our campaign is also the general public. As my fellow colleague Vivian mentioned earlier, the media channels we chose to conduct the campaign are Instagram, Facebook, and through the posters for Macmillan Shop. The strapline for our campaign is turning hope into healing. The strapline in itself is powerful and concludes all the support Macmillan offers to the children living with cancer. So here in the screen, you can see the poster that we created for the campaign. The beautiful, cute, small hands of the children are asking for empathy, as a ribbon is self-explanatory of cancer. So this caption explains that you can be a hero in a child's life by providing support that they desperately need. And we included our QR code for direct donations as well. In the second slide, you can see in the Facebook post that we created, here you can see 2 children, a boy and a girl. And in the middle, the symbol represents the cancer that's been affecting them. Despite being no faces, the post represents 2 innocent faces coping with cancer. The hashtag #WeCanICan is calling the collective action for donation for the children all around the 250 support center across UK. We did add our QR code in all of our campaign posts so we can collect donations directly from the general public as well. That's it. Thank you.
Okay. So you can see we had at least, I think we had at least 10 groups all creating different campaigns, and they were very varied. I won't do another one. This one was Lives Not Knives. It was a kind of knife prevention campaign. We had many different types of charities. But no, you're not going to have another one.
Media production is a double credit module.
Oh, I need to turn this off.
Part of the brief.
Okay. So I've quickly gone on to the next module now, where I said that there was a huge difference between advertising and marketing and media production. So in this particular module, this is a second semester module, the students were asked to create a new publication. It had to start in the UK, but could become an international publication, and it was about food and drink. So they began by creating a business model and a media plan. They had to look for a niche in the market where there was a need for a new publication, but they had to think quite carefully about the business model. So lots of magazines at the moment are struggling unless they work quite closely with social media and influencers. So this was going to be a digital magazine doing exactly that, a hybrid magazine. Then they had to create something called the pitch. The pitch, so the whole premise of the assessment was that it was a real life scenario, and that you would get a situation where lots of students would be pitching their ideas for a magazine to a publishing company. And we asked the students to do that. I'll show you the 5-minute pitch in a second. The pitch had to be quite business orientated and would hopefully, I've shown you what I think is one of the best, hopefully inspire the publisher to support financially this magazine. So let's go to the next slide.
Good day, members of the Board of Recruitment Editions. Thank you for the opportunity to pitch Ajayo, our digital magazine focusing on Yoruba cuisine and culture. I am Beauty Joshua Pati, the Chief Editor of Ajayo Magazine, and our research has identified a gap in the UK food magazine market. While there are a variety of publications, there's a lack of content that...
Ooh, what happened?
Good day, members of Yoruba cuisine, and our research has identified a gap in the UK food magazine market. While there are a variety of publications, there's a lack of content dedicated to Nigerian and West African cuisine, particularly the rich flavors and cultural heritage of the Yoruba people. This gap presents an opportunity for Ajayo to bring fresh and captivating content. Our target audience comprises individuals between the ages of 25 and 45 with disposable income who have interest in trying out culinary delights. These individuals include food enthusiasts, cultural explorers, and the Nigerian and West African diaspora. They are active in social media, appreciate authenticity, and encourage discovering new cultures through food. Ajayo will fill this gap by providing engaging content that intertwines authentic recipes, cultural anecdotes, and interactive elements. We will explore Yoruba traditions, collaborate with notable chefs, and offer unique insight into a vibrant culinary heritage. This emphasis on cultural depth and storytelling will distinguish us from our competitors. Now, regarding profitability, we plan to generate revenue through a blend of traditional advertising, digital subscriptions, and partnerships with brands that resonate with our audience's interests. Our digital-first approach also allows us to expand internationally, connecting with Nigerian and West African communities in other countries. The demand for diverse food content is evident, and Ajayo is in a position to cater to it. With your support, we can build a successful publication that connects with an expanding readership. Thank you for your time, and I'm excited about the prospect of delving into this opportunity with you.
So you can see that there is a huge difference between the first semester and the second semester in terms of confidence and sounding like a professional media expert. There's another one, but I won't do confidences.
Neither should we forget professional practice. This is one example where the students curated copy and images and made sure that they referenced every single image or article that they had used within their publication.
And let's go back one. So I've given you some examples of the students learned an Adobe piece of software called InDesign. It's pretty, industry standard. And they created a digital magazine, so only based on the web. You can see that they had the opportunity to promote themselves. They can do this on LinkedIn afterwards. I always recommend that students use these magazines to attract attention these days we're doing it on LinkedIn. Last year, students created a kind of magazine for Tesco's, and Tesco's actually got in touch with them and offered one of the students a summer internship. So we know this works. And
what follows is some examples of outstanding student magazines. These were created using a package called InDesign.
And you can see they're all very different because they're making videos, they're building in videos and podcasts and social media within their magazines. This is the meat-based one from our Norwegian student. Lots of meat. More regional cooking. And I've also got a quote. So this is Confidence Dixon. She says, "Now I feel super prepared for my career in PR." And for her, I think she's got that. I could have shown you the videos that she did to pitch her publication to us as the kind of editorial pitch, but it's so lovely because you can see that she's really grown in confidence. She's going to be a great PR specialist. Then I thought to myself, well, let's have a look at starting salaries in the UK for PR professionals. And there's lots of apprenticeships in local government. That's kind of, over here, it's referred to as the kind of fast track. They're between 25 and 35K. There's PR officers within universities. There's communications and marketing officers within hotels. There's marketing communication officers in renewable energy. These are the kind of big new industries, basically, not hotels. They've been going for years. Social media manager for insurance. And then there's usually kind of 1 to 3 years of a kind of junior in a PR or social media or marketing capacity. And then there's mid-career, which is anything between 35 and 45K. That's usually media relations managers, communications and marketing executives within finance. And then the very top of the profession, which is, sky's the limit, but 50K up. I took all of this information from LinkedIn jobs. I didn't, I'm a bit lazy. I've got LinkedIn. I just looked at those. Then I thought to myself, well, I wonder what kind of jobs are available overseas. And it was interesting because there were a number of global or multinational businesses. So I saw Amazon as a PR manager for sustainability. I saw that was for India. I saw a communications officer for brand communication from Bill and Melinda Gates's foundation in India. What else did I see? I saw social media manager working in property for India, communications lead for health in Nigeria, and then also another global firm for Nigeria, and that was PwC. I mean, these are huge kind of, isn't it? I think it's probably one of the top 8 global companies in the world, PwC. And then I thought I'd tell you about a bit of a success story. This is Emma Wright, who's an Irish-Spanish student. This is her magazine where she put the editor. She's been, before she even graduates, she's been offered a job in a kind of cloud marketing company. She is going to be their social media and marketing executive, and she's kind of jumped over that junior bit and she's starting on 35k. So I'm very pleased for Emma. We also have some of our alumni and guest speakers from the industry coming in. So the picture you can see is Johnson Gold. He's the founder and editor-in-chief of Pause magazine. It's a men's magazine. I taught him on his undergraduate course. I taught him in design, as it happens. Whoops, let's go back. And he was obsessed by fashion, absolutely nuts about it. And now he is flown all over the world to take part in, you know, Milan International Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week. So he's having a pretty incredible lifestyle. It doesn't always happen like that. He worked very, very hard for about 5 years, but he came back to tell us all about what his publishing firm does, how it's successful. We were fascinated by his stories, actually. And then we've got another alumni, Kate Stevenson. She's head of communications for a charity, Whitley Fund for Nature. Olode Sadiq, who graduated the course, he's a TV producer and nominated One to Watch. Okay, we also have people, speakers from the Public Relations and Communications Association. That's the professional body that we are affiliated with. So every student who comes onto the course is automatically a member of the PRCA, and that network is really useful because they come in, they talk about what's happening in the industry, and you can apply for mentorships. They have sent students on conferences before. They're a great organisation to work with. Okay, and then I could talk about your personal statement, but I think that probably is enough of me talking about the course per se. There's a list of facilities here that we have on offer. In addition to that, we also promote kind of digital capabilities in all of our students. It's very important to us in PR. But we'll even arrange a kind of digital capabilities mentor if, for some students, there's a bit of digital shock when they get to the UK, because so much of our lives are digital, and some students haven't been quite as exposed to it as others. So if that's you, do not worry. We will provide a digital mentor to help you get to that point. Okay, I will stop sharing now. I'll answer questions if you have them.
Yeah, we do. We've got a few Mimi that have come through. So give me one moment and I'll just get them. I was just literally answering in one. But a student who just wants to look at the furring, so that's fine. How can I receive a scholarship without a UHID number? Okay, so this is from Esme. So to answer that one quickly, I've just put my email in the chat box. So if you don't have a scholarship yet, email me because you can get one. All right, you will get one. All right, so we're offering students the King's Award Scholarship. Hertfordshire is the only university in the UK to have been given the King's Award for Enterprise. So if you haven't got a scholarship, guys, email me today. If you haven't got an ID number, no problem. Just email me with your ID. With your email address, and I'll look into the reason why you don't have your ID. You should have an ID if you're in this session, but I can look into that for you. Next question is, oh yeah, sorry, the amount as well is £2,000. Okay, but we can go to more than that depending on grades. So we will actually look at giving more depending on your grades. Let's have a look if we've got any other questions. It was called scholarship questions. But guys, this is your opportunity now to ask Mimi, you know, those questions, those really important questions. The most popular one that I normally get is how many classes a week do you normally have? What's the timetable like? But now's your chance, guys, to get these questions coming in.
Do you want me to answer that question?
Yes, please. Yes, because we do get asked this a lot.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, and it's a really important question. We try to keep all teaching within 2 days. So yeah, so this year we haven't had the timetable confirmed yet for next year, but this year it was it was Wednesdays and Thursdays that all teaching is on 2 consecutive days. So that's what we try to do. It's useful to do that because many students want to work part-time alongside their studies. So we're trying to kind of build that in as well. What's the teaching like? So they're quite long sessions, yeah. So we have, for example, media production is a 4-hour session in semester B, and often the sessions run from about 2 hours to 3 hours. So we pack it in. You should feel exhausted by the time you get to the end of Wednesday. If you don't feel exhausted, we are doing something wrong.
Exactly, yeah. But I mean, it's amazing, you know, because obviously students have the opportunity to do part-time work whilst in the UK, and you know, listening to this presentation, I mean, obviously the employability rates are fantastic, and we are a careers-led university at the end of the day, and our employability rate is 96.4%. So that's fantastic. We do have a question that's come in, which is a really good one, because we do ask this question to students, and it's certainly a question that you may, if you are ever interviewed by the UKVI, they will ask you this question, which is, hello, Mimi, how are we assessed? Do we have examinations to prepare for, if any, during the programme?
You don't have any examinations. It's 100% coursework, but you know, keep in mind there's presentations, there's reports, there's essays, you know, that's more traditional. We have all sorts of different ways to assess you, but no exams.
Brilliant. And that's brilliant because obviously, you know, in the real world, I mean, realistically, your boss is never going to ask you to do an exam. And I think that's what makes Hertfordshire different, because obviously you do go into the real world with experience, and that's what Hertfordshire is known for. Here we go. Adlabaye, I love essays and presentations. Thank you. Brilliant.
The next one is, when does the program begin? In
September.
I think it's the 24th of September. That's induction.
That's right, yeah. So your CAS may indicate the 16th of September. What will happen, guys, is you will receive, if you've paid your deposit already and you're going through the system currently, for those of you who haven't yet paid your deposits, that's fine. There's still plenty of time to do so. But what will happen, basically, guys, is as we get into August, that's when we start to basically send you information to enroll online. And we also send you the start dates and a welcome pack. And we also host sessions just like this one that we're doing right now, which is to guide you through things like airport pickup, what's it like to live in the UK for the first time, things like that, basically. So for those of you aiming to come in September, that is right, me, it's 24th, but if you can't make it by that date, then what I will say here in this session now is don't panic. Do not panic. Do not panic. Okay, we understand that there are sometimes delays with visas. There are sometimes issues. Just don't panic. Let us know. Okay, let us know. Any more questions from anybody? We've got a really big audience here today, and I'm really happy that so many people have joined. Some of you are very quiet, which is not necessarily a bad thing, because that was a really in-depth session, a really, really detailed walkthrough. But does anybody have any questions? Now is your chance, really, to ask those questions. Don't be shy. There's no such thing as a bad question.
No.
I'll wait for a few questions to come in, hopefully. But I'll ask a question in that case then, because it was a really interesting course and really engaging. But obviously working with industry, you mentioned that you bring in alumni to give presentations. These alumni, I'm assuming they work in industry.
Like Johnson Gold, who has
Right.
publication of his own and has
No.
it looks amazing. He showed us some pictures of VIP treatment where, you know, it was literally a kind of a really nice car that went to his flat, picked him up, flew
Wow.
in business class to New York. You saw him walking the red carpet. It was
Goodness me.
amazing. Really, really.
Goodness me.
Not all of our students have such a kind of an illustrious job, I must say, but that's kind of the glamour of the fashion industry. Yeah.
Exactly. But I think it's good that students are getting that opportunity to network with people who've been there and done it, basically.
Well, I mean, the other thing is that this course sits within creative arts, and creative arts have a number of ongoing developments, one of which is to create a soundstage, and they're inviting directors to come in and work with students on films and productions, which is great. But in addition to the kind of need for students to do the filming and learn to be camera people, you also need PR specialists to promote. And this year, I've already had a request from the head of music to promote their end of year music festival. And this would be it wouldn't be assessed, but it's adding to the richness of the course. So if you love music, if you really want to get involved in a music festival, they are crying out for PR professionals to kind of cut your teeth on something before you go out into industry.
So there you go, guys. I mean, wow. I mean, talk about having the opportunities in front of you. A question's just come in, an interesting one. So obviously, at the Boye, while on the university's website, the course, I saw crisis management as one of the modules, but it wasn't in the presentation. Does this mean
That's true, actually, because what we've decided is that the course on crisis management was already being covered in the introduction to public relations theory and practice. So we actually thought it's redundant because we're already doing it, and we extended marketing and advertising from 15 credits to 30 credits because it's a bigger push on marketing, because there are lots and lots of crossovers these days between PR and marketing, and we thought it would probably give you more work employment opportunities.
Yeah.
You know, actually, this year we taught something called Adobe Express, which is creating lots and lots of media assets for different types of social media channels, from YouTube to Instagram to TikTok. So we thought that was a better use of your time, giving you those kind of skills.
really helpful? I hope that makes sense, Adebayo. From Kiara, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, Kiara. I have a question. How does the examination work? Like, there are some So I'm not sure if you was listening earlier on, Kiara, but we actually don't run exams on these programs. They're non-exam. They're actually presentation, essay, and obviously project based. So as Mimi said in the presentation, you do, for example, essays, presentations, but also projects. You actually go out into the real world and actually work on a live real project and present that back to the audience, which is how the real world works. It's how this sector works as well. You know, really hands-on. I hope that answers the question, Kiara. Mimi, do you have anything to add to that? I mean, that's...
I was just going to say, just to reassure you, if you don't like exams, there are no exams. I mean, I know some people are very good at exams. Unfortunately, we can't offer them to you on this course because it is so employment and work focus. We want you to have those kinds of skills that mirror what people do in a PR industry.
Exactly. It's true. And I think, you know, it is what makes UH stand out from the rest. We are a careers-led university, and when you look at our links with industry, the 96.4% employability rate is no accident. It's because we have some of the best links in the country. We're only one of 20 universities that have an enterprise zone, basically, so working with business. And these courses, these in public relations and communications, these courses that we run are a good example of that, basically. So yeah, thank you. Adebayo, I like that one. Thank you so much. Thank you for saying that. Does anybody else have any questions? Is there anybody else before we bring the session to a close? Is there anybody else who has? I think there's some really good questions coming in, and I think everyone has really kind of walked away from this with a good idea. So I'll let you guys type your questions if you have any. But what I will say is, and I'll put my email in the chat box, if you want to inquire into your offer today, if you want to secure a really fantastic £2,000 scholarship guaranteed, get in touch with me today. I'm going to put my email in the chat box. I'll look into both scholarship and offers. If you're in this session, you will have an offer. But I'll look into that and find out what's going on if you want to reach out to me today. I'm happy to call you on the telephone as well after this session to do a follow-up with you one-to-one and go through your offer with you. Okay. Thank you for the...
More than welcome. Pleasure.
I'll put my email in the chat box for everybody so they can... There we go. And that's going out to everybody. There you go, guys. That's my email. So if you want to get in touch today, we can go through it. I can even drop you a call and we can just run through your offer to make sure that you know what you need to do, because we really do want you here in September. Believe me, come and join us at Herts. One of the students said to me last week, I was talking to some students who are literally graduating soon, and they said the one thing about Herts that really they did like was they were known by their name, not by their number. So people like Mimi, who teach these courses, who lead them, knew them by their name. They were known for them as the person, not just a number on a spreadsheet. And I think that's, for me, that's what pulls Herts together. That's what Herts is all about, really. So, yeah.
And it's testament to the number of alumni who come back. You know, they come back because they know that we care. They know that we have been with them through this kind of career development, and they come back because they want to give something back to the next cohort of students.
Yeah, exactly. Well said, Mimi. Well, on that note, guys, I'll draw the session to a close. Please keep an eye on your inbox, because we do send emails regularly. We invite you to these types of sessions that we have done today, amongst others. We also send updates on what's going on with your offer. But as I said, I will reiterate, I know I sound like a broken record, but if you want to get in touch today to discuss a scholarship or to just talk about your offer in more depth, please do drop me an email today. I'll be more than happy to have a phone call or talk on email with you to sort that out, to help you get here for September. So thank you so much. And also thank you, Mimi, for your time today.
You're more than welcome.
You're a very busy person.
Lovely to meet everyone, even if it's virtually.
Yeah,
Hope
thank
to
you
see
so
you in
much.
September.
Well, hopefully, I think as well, maybe we'll go out in market sometime. We'll actually see you guys out in country with Mimi, hopefully. So yeah, hopefully we'll be out in country. So thank you, guys, and good luck to everybody, especially to those of you who are currently working through your exams and finalising your exams, and those of you who are going to be starting the journey soon to come and achieve your dreams and goals to study in the UK. So good luck and thank you. And thank you, Mimi, as well, for your time today, really massively.
Pleasure. Okay then. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.